Hi, my name is Donovan and I will be one of the facilitators at the Awaken Your Soul Purpose retreat. So today I want to talk to you about something called meditation. And we've all heard about it, we understand what it's supposed to do, but yet when it comes down to actually doing it, it's a totally different ball game. So in the most basic sense, meditation is more about getting away from yourself. Our minds tend to clutter up so much of our mental space that when we learn to meditate, we can learn to distinguish the noise from actually what is happening in the present moment. This is a very important aspect because we tend to think often that noise in our head is just a constant normal. When we learn to meditate, we can actually become aware of that noise and become aware of actually what it's doing to our mental space. So the master teachers will often teach us the theory and the concept of no mind. So what exactly does this mean? It means that when you learn to distinguish your thoughts from the present reality, you'll often find gaps in those thoughts. It's quite a profound feeling. It does take practice because we call it the monkey mind. It keeps trying to interrupt the situation, but it's a very interesting concept. So meditation is quite underestimated when you look on the outside. When you start doing it, it seems to be a lot more difficult than you anticipated. This is quite obvious. You're learning something new. You try any new subject or any new talent that you want to pick up, it's going to take practice and you're not going to be great in the beginning. This is like many things in life. So, when you start to meditate, the easiest thing to start to do is to find a quiet space because that sense of quietude is going to help you still the mind. This is your ultimate goal, is to learn to still the mind. So the quieter the environment, the easier it becomes. Eventually you'll get so good that you can do it in any environment. But let's backtrack for a moment. So step one, find that quiet environment. The next thing you need to learn to do is to become aware of your thoughts. So step two, become aware of your thoughts. You'll notice in the beginning there's going to be so many thoughts coming and going. Just be aware of that. It's not to shut out the thoughts, it's not to do anything beyond being aware. That is the crucial part. So in the beginning you'll notice this thought comes in, that thought comes in, and then you have an emotional reaction to another thought. The more advanced you get in this situation, the easier it becomes to slow down that thought process. So the thoughts will still come in, but you'll have a better understanding of how to actually bring it to an end. So step number 3 is practicing non-attachment. The only reason why your thoughts will stay in your mind is because you attach to them. You go deeper into the story. The art of non-attachment allows the thought to come in. But then you have this sense of mindfulness, which is going to allow the thought to leave again. You can imagine it like watching leaves going down the stream. You're just observing the leaf coming into your awareness and going out of your awareness. You don't attach yourself to that story. So step number 4 is learn to notice the gaps between your thoughts. This is the cool part about meditation. Once you start to become aware of this process, it really changes the game. You'll notice that practice of non-attachment is going to get you to this phase. You'll have a thought and it will disappear, and before another thought comes in, there will be a moment of no thought. Absolute emptiness. This is exactly where you want to be on your journey. So when you start to notice these gaps in your thought, you're going to become aware of how to maintain that process. It is very tricky because the mind constantly wants to get involved. But I can assure you, if you practice this diligently, You're going to have longer moments of no thought. Just simply awareness. Now that is the link to the infinite intelligence, to absolute conscious awareness of the present moment and everything that is involved in it. This is the beauty of meditation. Once you start to get comfortable in the space between no thought, you will start to access something much deeper. This is what the mystics and the great ones have always tried to show us. There is magic that happens in these moments. And yes, it takes practice, but it is so worth it. If you really want to get better at this, it does take practice, and I would encourage you to do so. But the rewards are profound. It is truly life-changing to understand that you are not your thoughts and you are not the emotional reactions to those thoughts. You are something much deeper, much bigger than you could ever imagine. I want to thank you for taking the time for watching this video. And if you still haven't booked your tickets for the Awaken Your Soul Purpose retreat, I'd like to encourage you to do so now to avoid disappointment. Thanks, bye bye.